That'll wake you up. Hey, this is Jimmy Hinson with Fair Warning. When I'm up for 2 or 3 days, I listen to the Dirty Overhaul Rock Show. Yeah.
Yeah, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We're on our final segment with Mr. Jimmy Hinson, and we're up to the point to where he's in the Alias Mangler. And after that, you had a few medical issues, and then after that, how did you get with Fair Warning?
Where'd you go?
I was in the bathroom.
Oh. I didn't see you leave.
Well, I did it in my pants.
That was like magic.
Yeah, that's the magic
It's
of
radio.
Yes, Alias Mangler. That dissolved.
Talked about, well,
That dissolved because everybody. Well, I was going through a bunch of stuff too. I mean, everybody just got so much personal crap going on back then, and it just should have never busted up the band though.
Yeah.
If you got a band that's doing something, don't ever bust it up.
Right.
Just let it linger at least.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know. Even if
that
it
dead horse for 15, 16
yeah,
years.
I mean, it could go down, but at some point in time, it's liable to come back up again.
It always comes around.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens. It's happening with a lot of them old '80s bands now. They're coming back around. They had
Great White, Queens,
Yeah.
all these everybody's back touring.
I was in a band in the early 90s, and we broke up over the Mount Olive Pickle Festival because half of us wanted to do it and the other half didn't.
Didn't want to play the festival.
And especially this one particular guitar player. And, of course, if he's listening, he knows who he is. And the band broke up over the Mount Olive Pickle Festival.
Well, suck on a pickle.
They tried to slip you a pickle.
Why didn't they want to play the
sewer pickle.
Why didn't they want to play the festival?
I don't know. I guess they thought it was just too cheesy or something. But I
Yeah.
thought it was going to be a lot of people there. I know
Yeah,
that.
they played everything. I played everything from one guy sitting at a bar to
That was
4,000 or 5,000.
Oh, yeah.
people.
4 weeks ago.
That was not that long ago.
Yeah, that was. But he was
5
buying
or 10
drinks, if
people.
I
Old Time
remember.
Tavern?
Old Time Tavern.
Oh yeah, that's right. I hooked up with the. That's right. After the Mangler thing, I took a little hiatus because I always need a break because I'm always thinking.
Recharge your batteries.
But that's when I decided I want to play some music again. I hooked up with Ian and the huge ass racket.
Oh, yeah. Damn, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You about forgot about the racket.
I'm sorry.
Old Negroes on
Or
gin and all
as
that.
Brian likes to call it, the huge ass ratchet.
Ratchet, yes.
I couldn't spell.
Well, I decided I was going to start playing again. I bought some amps and started practicing again, and I was like, well, I'm going to try to find a band.
Which you had to tell everybody what kind of amp you played through.
Back then, I played through Fenders.
Yeah, but what are you playing through now?
Oh, Koch amps.
There you go.
Some of the best
I've
amps
had a
there
lot
are.
of people ask me about your amps, how it's pronounced, and of course, they was like, man, it sounds great.
It's either Coke or Koch.
I don't think
Now,
it's
the guys I bought them from say it's pronounced Koch, but
Yeah.
there's a guy who's a golf announcer. He pronounces it Coke.
Really?
Yeah. And, I mean, it's Koch.
Yeah.
And they come from Holland. They're built in the Netherlands.
Really? I was thinking it was English, like Marshall.
No, they're made in Holland, in the Netherlands. And a guy, I've seen another guy. A lot of guys over in Europe, up that way, that part of Europe play them. Here, they're not that predominant because people haven't heard of them. Number one, they're expensive. Number two, but I saw John Hayes, a guy who plays with Mother's Finest. He plays them too, or did. He changes amps a lot. He used orange amps and stuff. But I've played different amps through the years. Sound Cities, Fenders, Galen Kruger. I used to have a Hellacious rig that was a Sound City head and a GK head that was just stomping. I should have never, but it was a one-trick pony rig. It had one sound, and it was just balls out. But it was great for that 80s metal stuff.
How has that changed from what you do now?
Not much.
Balls out.
Not much, really.
Yeah.
I just turn it up. People say I'm too loud. I'm say,
You're too old.
well, I'm sorry. I'm just.
If you're too loud,
I can't help it.
That was
I
the
turn
first
it up
thing
till it sounds good.
That's one of the first things I noticed about the band when I first saw Fairway. I was like, God, listen to the guitar tone on that guy.
Yeah, he's got a great tone.
Oh yeah, and the Fender amps sounded good, but they were transistor amps, and tube amps are a lot better sounding, more warmer. I don't know. You just get they sound good.
Yeah.
But anyway, the racket. I hooked up with those guys. That was Ian, Bartholomew,
Chris.
Rod Pearson was singing. No, that was before Chris. Before I met Chris. The original racket was Ian, Bill. I can't remember Bill's last name for some reason. It's not kicking in. Steve McCall was playing drums, and the funny thing about that band, it was the Huge Ass Racket, spelled HUGHJASS.
Yeah.
Well, Steve booked these jobs at these outdoor festivals, and they thought we were a jazz band. The Huge Jazz Racket. So we would show up and come out.
Oh, jazz.
Yeah, playing Pat Traver. I forget what all we played. Just wide open stuff. Dick Manitoba's Wild Kingdom. I mean, we just came out just blasting, and these people at these festivals like, whoa.
What the hell?
What the hell have we booked? And then, needless to say, we didn't go back the next year, but we had a blast. It was cool freaking people out.
Did you get banned there too?
Huh?
Did you get banned there too?
Pretty much banned, yeah.
That was the start of his career, right?
People that ran that place.
I have been banned from some things, yes. Yes.
All right.
But I've got videos of that that's pretty cool. Ian used to shoot some videos of us.
Yeah, we've seen some on YouTube where it's just a 3-piece.
Oh, that was when Chris came in. The band kind of fizzled. Bill left. Steve quit playing. I forget what happened. A lot of these bands, I forget. I can't remember what actually even happened sometimes.
Yeah.
They just kind of fizzled out, and that's when Chris came in, and Chris was just over the top. I mean, and then me and him and Ian, we played a bunch of stuff, and then I met. I had known Dennis, who was in Fair Warning, through Ben. And
Ben Soria.
Yeah, Ben Soria. Or Soria, whichever.
Soria.
Of Aztec descent. And a women dog.
Who was a previous owner of Chris's current drum set.
Yeah.
Right. Chris got his
back
set.
when it was clean.
Yeah.
So then
no
they
shit.
had fired their guitar player. Dennis fired the guitar player they had. He got a little too inebriated at a show, I believe it was.
Yeah, at Triangle.
Yeah, and so they fired him, and which they had been to other formations
That's
of
right.
Fair Warning, hadn't there?
Yeah, we had.
It came out of
first
Boys' Night Out, didn't it? Or
Yeah, first it was Chick Watson, and then Then we went to Greg Webby for 30 days.
Oh, yes.
He was a rhythm guitar player. Then Randy, and then you.
That's right. I took Randy's place.
Now Clay Morris was in the band for like 5 minutes.
No, he practiced with us, and then the second practice he didn't show up.
Oh.
And I met Dennis at the Kmart that day.
Yeah.
And Dennis gave me the phone number, and we needed a bass player, so I got on the phone and told Dennis if he wanted a job to show up today, and he showed up, and that was it.
Yeah, and he's killer.
Yeah, killer guy, great player.
But I came in. That's when Mike Watson was playing drums, and I told him I was doing the Huge Ass Racket thing, and then y'all decided they wanted me to play in Fair Warning
full time,
and I could do the racket thing too.
Yeah.
So I did that for a while. I was playing in 2 bands. That was kind of hectic, but I did it. And then the racket kind of fizzled out because Fair Warning got so busy.
Yeah.
And then we made different changes, through the years in that. Then Chris came. We did the 2 CDs with me, you, Dennis, me, Brian, Dennis, and Mike.
Yeah, the first one.
The first one. Then Kevin came in, and then Chris came in.
Yeah.
And then what happened? And then Jimmy left, and then we kept it 4, and we did another CD and got Kevin.
Yeah.
And then Dennis left, and then we got Dave, and then Kevin left.
Which they're still regretting.
After 10 years.
No. I like Dave. Dave's cool. Dave's easy to get along. I like people in the music business. The best thing about doing something in music is if you get the opportunity to play with somebody who never says no.
Yeah. Or says,
I don't want to do that, or I don't like that. It's like Dave is one of them guys. Let's we're going to go over here and do this. Oh, cool. Let's do it. Never says no.
Then later on he'll say, "Why did we do that?"
Yeah, he always wants money, but other than that,
hold my hand.
And
out.
He don't like frog legs.
I don't like frog legs.
But anyway, that was pretty much. I've been in the Fair Warning 14 and a half, coming up on
almost
15 years.
15.
Wow.
Well, I mean, we played probably. I want to do a show because I know we're coming up on. We've played close to 2,000 shows.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
At one
Or
time, for
more.
a couple years, we played four weekends.
We
a month
played
for
about
years.
100, between 110 and
And
115
that's
shows.
kind of what
a
Dennis
year.
got burned out because his son was so small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wanted
Well, it's
to be there.
taxing on you. I mean,
Yeah.
to play because everybody works day jobs, and
Yeah.
I've had to do that my whole life. Try to work a day job to keep the responsibilities at home up, and then try to play music on the
Yeah.
weekends or even weeknights. I mean, I used to play in the Racket. I used to play Fair Warning Friday and Saturday, and then the Racket had a gig on Sunday till 2. I'd leave there at 2 and go to my job at 4 o'clock in the morning
Oh.
on Monday morning and do all that. And I mean, you got to either like to do it or tuck your tail between your legs and go home.
Yeah.
Well, the hardest thing is working a day job and trying to play music too.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people just suck it up and try to play music and they about starve.
But nobody's been around, though. We've been around, I think, longer than...
Yeah, there's only a few bands around now that's been around a long period of time. Probably us, Sock Monkey. As far as cover bands,
Yeah.
us, Sock Monkey, Blackgrass, which came out of Smoking.
Okay. Yeah.
And Dan Fino's been around a while. Dan
It's like
Fino.
5 or 6 years, 7 years.
Yeah, they've been around quite a while. But a lot of them, we've seen them come and go. I mean, a lot of good bands come and go, and
Yeah.
now there's an influx of new bands.
Shitty.
Hey, you got to start somewhere. What did he say? He didn't say that. And then,
No.
you know, it's hard. You know, these clubs, you know, I mean, if it's just hard. I mean, and then you get banned from some clubs. I mean, God, that even is.
Yeah, that's a first.
Yeah.
We've been fired but once, but we've never been banned.
And it's funny how you can drive all the way to Virginia and play for the Door and just kick ass.
Yeah.
And you go play at a restaurant, and then a few people decide they're going to do something stupid, and then you get banned.
Yeah.
And that's ridiculous.
What do? They will watch me.
What can you do?
But yeah, I mean, it's all good. You gotta enjoy it. You know, I like to play.
Right.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the main reason I've always played music, just because it's fun. It's fun to play music. I mean, there's all the other stuff
Bullshit.
along with it. Some
Yeah.
of it good, some of it bad. But
Now, you know, when Billy Creason was in here, he said that Vernon, his drummer, had a saying that you get paid to load in and load out, and
I
you
see
play
it.
for free.
we basically play for minimum wage when it all boils down to.
And what's sad is I think it's getting worse and worse as far as clubs not being able to pay anything anymore because
Well, the younger generation is not going out supporting live music as
no,
much
they'd rather
as
hear two guys and a turntable.
Yeah, well, not so much even that. It's just that there's
Social media has a lot to do with it, too.
Yeah, the computer and
Everything's
technology is taking the place of going
Yeah.
out.
You can stay home and chat with your friends online
Yeah,
instead
exactly.
of going out.
My
Yeah.
son
And you don't have to
leaves the
dress up.
room.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing I miss because you go see bands, even if the band sucked. If
Well,
they
had
look
some kind of
cool,
originality.
yeah, if they look cool and they had some neat stuff, you go, "Wow, man, look at that! That's some cool stuff."
Yeah.
But now, I just miss that because
Everybody looks like
there's no
this.
visual.
I got
Yeah.
them working on their truck.
Yeah, which everybody can't be visual. You got to
Right,
have
right.
balls to walk around in spandex, man. I mean, you know, I used to get.
At least you can see them.
I used to get
Man.
chastised by other band dudes because I like wearing the stuff so good. I'd wear it to the mall or to the grocery store, and they'd be like, "Dude, why are you wearing your stage clothes out in public?" And
Matter
I'm
of fact,
like,
he's wearing it right now.
"Yeah," I'm like, because they feel good in them, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll
I
never
mean-
forget one night we were playing at Riders, and there was this big, heavy-set gentleman sitting at the the little rail on the
Sitting
like
on
on
the
your
dr-
side of the
Yeah.
stage, and we were taking a break, and he was a heavy-set guy, and he's sitting in the chair backwards for whatever reason, and he's leaning forward talking to somebody, and I happened to look down, and he was wearing a G-string. I swear to God.
I think that's what Chris wants to go to. He's got it down to first it was shorts and then they went shorter and now he's got it down to underwear
Yeah.
and next he's going to go to G-string.
And then
Did
I
you
walked
notice
in
that
the
when we
grocery store.
walk, when we drove down the road and we go into the convenience store, he walks in the store in his
Yeah,
underwear?
the guy acts like there's no problem.
I like that. But when he fell out the back door at the roundup, that was the best. Playing drums and the doors, the load-in doors are behind the drums.
I missed that.
And he falls out, the doors bust open, and I'm looking over there. I'm like, "Where's Chris?" And then he comes scrambling up like he's trying to climb a ladder to get back to his drums. I'm serious.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Brian. He's still got that one. Brian fell off the stage. The first song at the place we got banned at, but I think Chris falling out the back door has got that trumped.
That was
And
pretty good.
what was it?
My ankle still
What's
hurts,
the
man.
saying that you said that when you fell?
I fell ass over tea kettle.
Ass over tea
It
kettle.
was like, boop.
He said his two favorite sayings. He fell ass over tea kettle, and he said when he fell, he hurt his little elbow and his little knee, and he didn't.
He got carpet burns on that one,
He
didn't he?
didn't know whether to shit or wind his watch.
I was serious. Of course, now the best one which y'all brought up, I need to tell that one on Chris about up in Mount Airy because they had the club with the restaurant, and we all get fed real good up there back when it was another name. And we get these. We get steaks. I mean, when they pay, a lot of times, they'll say, "Band," they say, "We'll give y'all beer." Well, we don't drink that much beer, and they say, "Well,
we can sure do eat.
we'll give you food." I'm like, "Well, y'all just messed up right there because
this man can eat.
we're gonna eat about $300 worth of food."
Which is probably why T is no longer in business over at Last Call.
I'm serious. But Chris, we get these fried mushrooms, and it was the dead of winter. It was like 0 degrees out, and he gets these fried mushrooms, and he don't eat them. So I get the idea that outside in the smoking area, there's these white pebbles that people decorate their flower beds with. So I take the mushrooms out of the to-go box, and I replace it with these stone pebbles.
I thought it was Steve that did it was Jimmy did the dirty work.
Yeah,
okay, Jimmy did the
put
dirty
him in the
work.
car because I knew as soon as we got done and loaded out, he was going to be hungry. And sure enough, he went right to that box with these pebbles in it, and he pops one in his mouth and he starts crunching on it. He's like,
Laughing to his teeth.
These mushrooms are frozen.
And your interior light didn't work. That was
the light didn't come. He's like, these mushrooms are frozen, and me and Steve, I'm crying. I mean, I love Chris to death. I hate to play a joke on him, but
Bingo!
I couldn't resist that one. Sometimes I come up with ones that are
You
just
can hear it back.
yeah, and he's like, these ain't mushrooms, these are rocks. I thought, they ain't frozen either.
Yeah.
Oh man! I thought I had got Brian real good one time when we were up at Arby's in Wilkesboro when he went to the bathroom, and I took a small cup lid because he says I'm never going to eat this because if I can't eat before I go play. I'll save this for the ride home. So I said on the ride home he's going to get pissed off because I stuck that small cup lid inside his sandwich.
That was delicious.
And then he decided, well, I'm going to go ahead and take a bite of it before we leave Arby's. And he's like, sons of bitches.
Oh man, there's been so many things happen over years I can't even remember.
Oh yeah, me either, man.
I like the one where we was in Florence and Ben Surreal went with us to hang out.
Oh,
he was in the shower and they started tossing M80s in there.
I forgot about that.
Blam. Oh, he didn't like it too much.
No.
He didn't ever go back with us after that, I don't think.
You blame him?
He didn't
Yeah.
like it. We was a little bit too wild for
And
him. I
then
think.
what else? I can't. I mean, some of them are so. Back in the days, it was a lot of sexually oriented stuff. I can't go into that kind of stuff. I don't want to.
We'll save
I
that
don't-
for another show.
I don't want to reveal all that
No,
stuff because
no,
then
it
people
was-
think they don't think highly of you.
We're
You're like
already-
You might-
you slut.
You might have to register as a sexual deviant or something.
We're already
serious.
on the outs with about every band.
You'd be stoned like a biblical whore.
Like a biblical whore. I like that. Oh man.
Well, Jimmy, we got
What
to
else
have
we
you
got?
back in, man.
Is that all we got?
Well, that's. I mean, we've got
good.
4 or 5 segments, and we could go on all night long.
Oh yeah, I'd have to have a part 2 because
Yeah,
there's a
why
lot.
don't we do that?
There's
Let's plan
bands I
that.
missed, I played, I don't even remember, and I don't even do drugs. I just can't remember.
Well, like you said, you've been up 40 hours.
40 hours. That's amazing.
LOS, lack of sleep is better than any drug you'll ever take.
Got that right. Don't tell Chris.
I'm serious. Well, Chris
Chris
is the opposite. Chris is Mr. Sleepyhead.
Oh yeah, that's true.
He
Well,
sleeps.
now
He says he doesn't, but he sleeps.
since he don't have any more drugs.
You know, I called Chris yesterday because I stopped at the McDonald's right around the corner,
Yeah.
from your house, and because I go through the drive-through, and the black girl,
Did you
waiting
get some
on me.
fresh ketchup?
No,
Yeah.
but she's waiting on me, and I got the Mirage ball cap on that Chris gave me. I always wear it, and she says, "What does your hat say?" And I looked at her so she could read it because I was drinking something, and she says, "That's where I work."
The Mirage?
Yeah,
Wow.
and I was like, "Oh, really?"
Oh.
And she says, "Yeah." She says, "You know Chris?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's my
Yeah,
boy. That's
but-
Chris. He's played
well,
drums in the band
yes,
and all
yeah.
that." She goes, "Oh yeah, yeah." And I said, "Well, what's your name?" And she says, "Giselle."
Giselle.
And I went, "Oh, ho, ho, ho."
Ooh.
So
Is it possible
I was
to make a
blown
ship to
away
your
that
house?
where she
No.
works during the day, and she's in the McDonald's drive-through at night. And I was like, "Okay." There's a longer story to that. I'll tell you later.
Yeah.
But-
Oh, I remember that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sexy
I
time.
was trying to think of another good one.
yeah.
I can't.
Well, like I said, save it for the second.
Yeah, there's
show.
going to be more.
part
definitely
two.
more.
Yeah.
All right. Well, from Brian,
Hey, I want to
to-
thank you guys for having me on here.
We
I,
wanna-
I
Yeah,
had
thanks
a lot
for,
of fun. This
coming
was
over.
fun.
we planned on having you a while back, but
Yeah, I got a
With
busy.
your
I got a
job,
busy
it's kinda-
schedule. Very busy.
Yeah.
Thank you, my friend.
And of
Yes.
course, you got to take
You're
care of your
welcome, my
woman.
friend.
Thank you, my friend.
Say hello to my little
Thank
friend.
you. I like it. I like it. I like a shabby pussy.
all right. Well, from Brian to Dave to Jimmy, thank you, Jimmy, for coming, and
No problem.